Hi everyone, I'm Natalie Caitlin. Welcome to a new video on my channel. In this video, I'll be giving you guys some tips and tricks you should consider adopting for your studies and how to make a study plan that's going to guarantee you good grades and turn you from an average student to an excellent student. I'm a doctor now. A year ago, I graduated from med school, top of my class, and I made it onto my school's equivalent of a dean's list in my third year. I hope you'll find a step or two from my routine helpful and grade changing. But before we actually start planning, here's a few things you need to know. Firstly, you need to plan your most important tasks of your day for your most productive time and peak energy periods during the day. If you're a morning person, sleep early and wake up at 4 a.m. If you're an evening person, get home from school or work early so you can have enough time to study and do all the things that you need to do. You need to become unapologetic about your productive time, avoid distractions at all costs. Also, you need to take into consideration your learning techniques and schedule your most suitable and effective one for the most energetic time. For example, there's no point in watching a 2-hour lecture during the time of the day when you're most tired. Next, be consistent. When something's a habit, it doesn't feel hard to do. On days where you're not feeling all that eager to be studying, watch a video, do a quiz, play a game app. That way, you're still at least being productive. Don't allow yourself to fall into a system where you only work when you feel like it. That's a recipe for disappointment at the end of your semester. You might not know this, but it's also important to schedule your breaks if you can. Scheduling your breaks gives you something to look forward to. Next, study 2 or more different topics or subjects in a day. Focusing on one subject all day can be really boring and result in you lacking motivation. You'll spend the whole day at your desk thinking you're studying, but you'll soon realize that you've retained very little information from what you spent the whole day doing. Rather, break things down from different topics of different subjects and work on that every day. Remember, the earlier you start studying, the more time you have to go through things that are difficult and need time, instead of trying to cram the entire syllabus in one night. Lastly, you need a planner of some sort, digital, app, an actual journal, whatever it is. Make sure that it has a daily, a weekly, a monthly, and a semesterly layout. Having a weekly and monthly and semesterly goal that comes from you is what's going to keep you going. As most of you might know, I make my own digital and printable planners that are really helpful and motivate you to be productive, but are super affordable and easy to use. One of my best sellers is my student planner bundle. That is a bundle of over 30 planners that allows you to plan your entire student life, from your daily, weekly, monthly, and semesterly study plans and goals to your classes, assignments, group projects, finances, and more. Do check out my site, TheStylishMed.com, and I'll be sure to leave a link at the end of the video and in the description box below for those that might be interested. And now I'm going to show you in detail how I plan my studies.
From generation to generation, passed down through every age, there's a story of a savior whose love will never change.
The first thing I do is to set my goals and priorities. For me, this is usually for the term or semester, the month, then the week, and sometimes, especially closer to exams, you might also want to set some daily goals. This reminds you what you're working towards and gives you the motivation you need to work and be productive during that specified time. Some examples of things you might include in daily or weekly habits or goals are to interpret an ECG every day, to go over a drug or class of drugs daily, to watch a 15-minute procedure every day, or to practice your suturing 3 times a week. Things like study central nervous system or study the heart would be a subject you hope to be proficient in the knowledge of by the end of an entire month period. The second thing you want to do is to set and specify your designated study or work hours. That is, how many times and what times are you going to be studying per day, per week, and per month. When you do this, you obviously want to take your work, your school, and your break times into consideration. If I'm at work for 12 hours, I sleep for 8 hours, and I use 2 hours a day for myself, that essentially leaves me with only 2 hours in the day to study. It's therefore very important to set a good and balanced daily routine and be strict and unapologetic about how you spend your time. You can watch my productive day vlogs and my monthly plan with me videos to draw some inspo on how to manage your time and to set routines for your days. I was balancing med school, extracurriculars, a business, and content creation at the same time. I had to be very unapologetic about my time and how I spend it. The third thing you want to do when planning your studies is to gather your resources. This should be comprehensive because this is essentially where your good grades are going to come from, the content you're consuming, where you're getting your knowledge from. You want to gather your syllabus, your textbooks, online platforms, reviews, question banks, etc. So, your syllabus is going to guide your plan for the year and the semester. You're going to find the contents of your syllabus in your textbooks, so you want to flip through those textbooks and see which pages you're going to dedicate to which study session. You're then going to go online and see if there's any videos that might help you to better understand the concepts from your books, and then you're also going to schedule the time to watch those videos and lectures in your plan.
All creation will bow before him, every tongue will praise his name, until the day he comes again. We will say, you are worthy, you are worthy, Lord.
When you've got these 3 steps out of the way, it's time to actually start filling your planner. Starting with your semesterly, then monthly, then the weekly, and if you're someone who really likes to get down into detail, you can do the daily one as well. My recommendation is that at the beginning of the semester, you set your overall goals and plan out your semester, your exams and important days, etc. Then, each month, you plan your monthly studies and include any classes, homework, assignments, presentations, and anything you have in your planner because they require your time, which obviously subtracts from what time you have left out of your 24 hours. And then, obviously, every Sunday or Monday, you want to plan out your studies for the coming week. I, however, prefer to do this on a Sunday as it gives me maximum energy and time to start my Monday fresh and productive. There's something about starting to plan for a week on a Monday that just makes me feel like it's too late. Is this you as well? Leave a comment below and let me know when you typically do your planning. The reason it's important to include class, homework, and assignments time into your actual daily or weekly layouts is because it gives you a more realistic picture of your days. If you have class from 8 to 5 and then homework from 6 to 8 and you want to be in bed by 10 p.m., you really only have so much time to study a whole chapter. It allows you to plan realistically rather than setting out to study 5 chapters a day when you only typically have 3 free hours in a day. It also allows you to get things done. It's easier for you to get your assignments and your projects done if you actually set the time for them to be done, rather than keeping them in the back of your mind and potentially eventually forgetting to do them. Then finally, you're going to stack and put your case analysis, quizzes, and question banks together and schedule time in your plan to do some active recall because a study plan is never complete without time set for an active recall. This step is very important because it's how you're going to be able to tell if you've actually mastered anything at all, if the time you spent studying was worth it, or were you really just sitting at your desk flipping through pages in vain. I know this might seem tedious to do, but I assure you that it's this step that's going to turn you from an average student who forgets a lot of things during exams to a straight A student who gets really high grades and doesn't panic when he or she sees questions in exams. Why? Because you'd have spent a huge chunk of your study time doing exam-style questions, quizzes, and other practices that help you test and apply your knowledge and retain it.
Every song we sing, every breath we breathe, let our praises ever be.
If you've reached this part of your study planning, then you're essentially good to go. I, however, like to go an extra step and do some color coding. I color code my subjects and sometimes each type of assignment or study item. For example, I could say pediatrics will be shades of blue. Then, sky blue is going to be for homework time, baby blue will be for video lectures, darker blue will be for pure reading from textbooks, and then finally, navy blue will be for active recall using my question bank or medical cases and stimulator apps. Or I could simply put it all generally for all subjects and say all my homework and given assignments are going to be pink, textbook time will be green, video and audio learning will be orange, and active recall will be purple, and then finally practical time like suturing on my suture pad will be yellow. Here's a quick glimpse of my study plan for the coming month. I know what I need to get done and I know when I have to do it. Having a study plan significantly reduces the amount of stress you have as a student because you have a clear game plan and layout of how you'll get through the semester and achieve your goals. It's easier to start working when you actually know where to start.
That you are worthy.
I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and gained a tip or two that you'll adopt and use for your benefit. Thank you so much for the support you guys constantly give me. Please leave a like, comment which step resonated with you, and let me know what else you'd like to see on my channel. Share this video with your friends and family. Remember to head over to TheStylishMed.com and my planner site so you can get yourself some of my easy to use yet super helpful planners. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video from me, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.
So